Have you ever stopped to wonder if the Lakers' entire future, the legacy we thought was set in stone, might actually be reshaped by forces we're only just beginning to understand? What if the story of this franchise, this emblem of basketball, royalty, is about to be rewritten not by the players on the court, but by a new architect whose name most fans barely know, yet whose influence could eclipse everything we thought we knew about how championships are built in the modern NBA? This isn't just about a change of ownership. It's about shifting tectonic plates beneath Lakers Nation, and the tremors are already shaking the foundation. Welcome to Lakers News Fan Report, your frontline source for everything purple and gold. Smash that like button. Subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Now, the epic saga unfolding before us doesn't come with flashy headlines or instant spectacle, at least. Not yet. It creeps forward silently, like a chess grandmaster positioning pieces long before the first decisive move. Could it be that the Lakers, long under the stewardship of the Buss family's emotional and passionate reign, are about to enter an era propelled by ruthless precision, deep financial firepower, and a global vision that touches sports far beyond the hardwood? Some insiders whisper that Mark Walter, the man quietly taking over one of the NBA's most storied franchises, is no ordinary billionaire buying a trophy asset for status. No, sources suggest he's a visionary with a track record, a strategic mind honed not simply in boardrooms or investment firms, but in building sports dynasties. Is it possible that this transition, marked by a staggering $10 billion valuation, signals a calculated shift toward a new kind of Lakers dominance fueled equally by elite talent, cutting-edge infrastructure, and an aggressive global brand expansion we've only glimpsed before? Fans on social media are buzzing, torn between skepticism and hope, debating how a new ruler behind the scenes might tip the scales for a franchise whose DNA is synonymous with greatness and grit. And while the spotlight is often trained on LeBron James and Anthony Davis on the hardwood, the bigger game may be unfolding in front offices, investment meetings, and strategic roundtables away from the cameras. Mark Walter's story is as fascinating as it is mysterious. At 65 years old, the Iowa-born, Northwestern-educated CEO of Guggenheim Partners commands over $330 billion in assets, numbers so massive it's almost hypnotic to imagine the reach of his decisions. But more than his mountain of wealth, Walter's real resume is painted with sports conquests, not financial jargon. Remember 2012, when he took over the Los Angeles Dodgers for $2.15 billion, shocking the sports world with a baseball investment as ambitious as anything in NBA lore. That purchase, made alongside none other than Magic Johnson, wasn't just a money move, it was a statement. Walter understood sport was a platform for long-term legacy and community passion, not just short-term profit. And the Dodgers, under his watch, they didn't merely compete, they transformed into a powerhouse, capturing the World Series twice in 4 years. In 2020, and again in 2024, proudly maintaining some of the highest payroll figures in baseball history, with high-profile bets like the $700 million mega contract for Shohei Ohtani, the game's brightest star. Walter showed an unapologetic willingness to invest boldly and smartly in talent. Could that same blueprint, patient yet aggressive, be the harbinger for the Lakers' next chapter? Might the purple and gold soon see blockbuster contracts, not just for marquee players, but for trailblazing talent that reinvigorates the league's competitive landscape? Some analysts speculate Walter's involvement spells a return to a Lakers dynasty mentality, but one infused with modern financial muscle and global marketing savvy that perhaps even the Buss family could only dream of. But his portfolio doesn't stop with baseball. Walter's fingerprints reach across the sporting universe, from ownership of the Los Angeles Sparks of the WNBA, who themselves chased a championship as recently as 2016, to stakes in the Women's Professional Hockey League, and even a minority role at Chelsea FC in the Premier League, one of the English football world's giants. Perhaps most intriguingly to future-focused Lakers fans, Walter is also embroiled in a cutting-edge Formula One venture with Cadillac, set to make its debut in 2026. The threads connecting these investments outline a pattern, a vision of sport as a global enterprise, intertwined and synergistic. Could this mean the Lakers under Walter's leadership will evolve beyond a basketball team into a multi-platform sports juggernaut with influence that stretches into new markets, innovative fan engagement, and breakthrough technologies? Some journalists, including respected insiders at ESPN and The Athletic, have already begun to paint Walter as the modern sport magnate, a far cry from the classic billionaire owner archetype, blending stewardship with entrepreneurial agility naturally. The ripples resonate loudly within the Lakers' locker room and front office, where questions about future direction abound. LeBron James, arguably the face of this era, is no stranger to business acumen and legacy building himself. Could Walter's financial firepower and strategic mindset appeal to LeBron's aspiration for more than just court achievements, perhaps? A front-row seat in reshaping the franchise's institutional culture, youth development, and off-court brand. And Anthony Davis, whose prime years are a precious window for championship contention, could find new momentum under a regime willing to leverage resources at an unprecedented scale. Yet some voices speculate about a culture reset, recalibration that might replace sentimental decision-making with a model driven by ruthless efficiency and data-driven strategies. What does that portend for coaching, player recruitment, and even day-to-day operations? Social media is aflame with Lakers fans debating if Walter's arrival means new stars could be brought in via early old trades or contingency moves, and whether the front office will see a shakeup that leaves previous structures behind. The fan reaction is electric, but cautious part excitement for the opportunities Walter's arrival could unlock. Part concern for the soul of a team so beloved and historically rich. Online forums brim with hope that Walter's multi-million-dollar investments in history of sports success could finally address some of the Lakers' long-perceived underperformance in player development and innovation. Yet, there is also wary talk about whether such corporate-level ownership changes can maintain the intimate connection fans cherish. Can the Lakers remain the team that feels like family to the city of Los Angeles, or will they morph into a global brand where profit margins and analytics reduce the magic to cold numbers? Some renowned sports commentators are already calling it a high-stakes gamble. Others term it the start of a new Lakers dynasty or an existential crossroads. So here we are, on the cusp of a seismic shift. Mark Walter, a man who has quietly but decisively shaped victories across multiple sports landscapes, now sits at the helm of the Lakers. Franchise of legends, ambitions, and dreams, the threads of financial genius, sports passion, and visionary leadership weave a tantalizing tapestry for Lakers Nation. But what kind of future will emerge from the shadows of the storied past? Will this new chapter deliver the sustained greatness fans have yearned for, or will it usher in a period of volatile transformation that tests the very identity of the purple and gold? The questions mount, the stakes soar, and all eyes turn to the horizon where legacy meets destiny. But what do you think about all of this? Is Mark Walter the visionary owner the Lakers desperately need to reignite a dynasty? Or is this massive shift a gamble that could alter everything we love about our team? Personally, as a Lakers supporter, I believe Walter's proven success in sports investment signals a bold new dawn, one that finally brings the Lakers the bold financial muscle and strategic leadership necessary to compete relentlessly at the highest level once again. The infusion of fresh energy, commitment to winning, and expansive vision feels like the spark Lakers Nation has been waiting for. That said, only time will tell if this partnership between billionaire acumen and basketball glory will truly redefine the franchise's future. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you're riding high with Lakers News Fan Report, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because what's coming next isn't just news. It's a pulse-quickening, earth-shaking showdown that could rewrite the very fabric of purple and gold history forever. The air crackles with electricity, the stage is set. And every fan from downtown Los Angeles to the furthest corners of Purple and Gold Nation is holding their breath. Because what we're staring at isn't merely a step forward, it's a leap into a future so intense, so fraught with opportunity and risk. It threatens to upend the entire Western Conference and change LeBron James's legacy on the hardwood forever. Picture this: Mark Walter's quiet takeover is the tectonic plate shifting beneath the Lakers universe, promising a seismic surge that could catapult this franchise from perennial hope and near misses to relentless, unyielding dominance. A move like this doesn't just reconfigure the front office spreadsheets, set rattles locker rooms, redraws power dynamics, and reshapes narratives that have defined decades. Imagine LeBron James, not just the four-time NBA champion and living legend, with a 27.2 points per game average in the purple and gold. A man who's known for clutch moments so electrifying they make arenas roar and social media blow up. LeBron, as a co-architect of a new Lakers empire built on data, bold investments, and an unrelenting hunger for historic glory. Could Walter's influence finally be the catalyst that ignites Bron's last, greatest conquest, a finishing chapter in the annals of a career that's already cemented immortality? Could Anthony Davis, that relentless defensive titan whose length and timing have rendered so many opponents helpless, find himself buoyed by an infrastructure beyond coaching, built on a well-resourced, cutting-edge approach to maximizing his prime years? Young Cameron Reeves could become the spark plug of a new identity, tenacious, fearless, and grinding with Bronny James's promise as a future star, offering a true generational bridge. A torch passed not just within family, but within the Lakers' living legacy itself. Add to this emerging constellation fresh faces poised to emerge from Walter's deep pockets and unyielding ambition, and the Lakers could become an unstoppable fusion of trailblazing talent, savvy veterans, and analytics-driven strategy. This isn't simply dream speculation, it verges on destiny, with clear echoes from Lakers dynasty-building classics. Recall Kobe's ascendance in 2009, the perfect storm of youthful hunger and veteran know-how, a seamless transition from Magic Johnson's Showtime era and the raw power of Shaq and Kobe's unrivaled duo. This new chapter, injected with Walter's global sports empire savvy, could be the purple and gold age of reinvention, all over again, with a twist of 21st century brutality and ruthlessness. Imagine the new Lakers as a basketball equivalent of the Dodgers under Walter's helm before their World Series domination. Before the massive investments in stars like Shohei Ohtani, there was patience, a vision social media didn't understand until years later. Here, too, the patience could pay off with a calculated storm, one that sweeps through the Western Conference, toppling crowned rivals and reshaping championship odds in pure Lakers fashion. Speaking of rivals, Golden State the Warriors, dynasty of Splash Brothers and Steph Curry's magical range, may find themselves staring down a reanimated purple and gold foe with renewed firepower and methodical ruthlessness. Phoenix's hopes, burning bright on the shoulders of Devin Booker and the young MVP vibes of DeAndre Ayton, risk flickering if the Lakers unleash a strategic assault marked by combined financial brawn and elite personnel. Denver Jokic's Kingdom faces a reinvigorated Lakers menace with tight defense led by AD and the crafted offensive schemes nearly impossible to break down. Imagine the reactions. Magic Johnson's grin, that familiar sparkle in his eye, as if saying the Lakers are stirring once again. LeBron, with his unmatched focus, balancing the present blaze of his playing days with the anticipation of building a basketball empire beyond his own numbers. Meanwhile, social media explodes in a cacophony of Lakers passion and rivalry agony, trolls out in force, but diehards roaring louder, clutching every rumble and hint of blockbuster trade like a lifeline. But here's the bone-chilling what if. Could this strategic seismic shift fracture locker room chemistry? With the advent of high-stakes, data-driven leadership risk, unsettling a roster built on hard-won trust and camaraderie. What if the very culture that revered grit and heart is recalibrated to prioritize efficiency over emotional bonds? LeBron's leadership has always been about more than stats. It's about uplifting teammates, mentoring youth with steady hand and steady heart. Anthony Davis's sometimes fragile groove might either flourish in an environment of clear, ruthless resourcefulness or buckle under pressure from imposed culture resets. Reeves's raw energy could either be nurtured or lost in the shuffle of tactical priorities. Every move, every contract, every trade under Walter's watch will reverberate far beyond the balance sheet. It will echo in locker rooms, in fan chants, in history books yet unwritten. But to doubt the ripple effect is to ignore the magnitude of this moment. From the global sports empire Walter commands, from Dodgers past to Sparks present, The Lakers are uniquely poised to redefine what it means to build a dynasty in the 2020s. This could be the first owner-led era that marries timeless Lakers basketball, excellence with relentless global marketing, cutting-edge analytics, and multi-sport synergy. Imagine fan experiences revolutionized with cutting-edge virtual reality, global branding partnerships rivaling the biggest names in sport and entertainment, and players with access to elite sports science innovations. This is a franchise rebuilding on every axis, fueled by ambition and laser-focused on the prize. As this unfolds, one thing becomes crystal clear: the Western Conference isn't ready. Warriors, Suns, Nuggets, every rival's kingdom stands on shifting sand. The Lakers stirring from a dormant giant's slumber with an owner that plays the long game. Expect chaos, upheaval, and a war for basketball supremacy that evokes the golden days of rivalries, past but with stakes and eyes on a future far beyond the hardwood. So here we stand, Lakers fans, eyes wide and heartbeats racing. Will this be the catalyst that resurrects Lakers greatness? Is Mark Walter the merciless, visionary owner who finally brings the relentless fire and shrewd genius we need after years of near misses and heartbreak? Will LeBron's twilight years burn the brightest, with a D's defensive reign crowned by championship glory? Can the locker room chemistry withstand the pressure and emerge stronger, ready to carve new legends into the annals of the game? Personally, as a die-hard Lakers believer since the Showtime days, I know this moment could define our air route, this strategic pivot. Not just a change in ownership, but a fulcrum upon which our destiny balances. The Lakers that rose with Kobe, the Lakers that dazzled with Magic and Shaq, they all shared one truth: an unbreakable will, an unshakable belief in possibility. Walter's arrival carries that torch forward, woven with a 21st century vision that dares to dream bigger, invest deeper, and move faster. This is the Lakers reborn. Not just a team, but a global force reshaping the game, reclaiming the throne atop the Western Conference, and roaring back into the championship conversation with an edge sharp enough to cut through doubt and despair. So, if this fires you up, if the mere thought of this new dawn sends chills down your spine, hit that like button hard, dive into the comments, and share your take. And subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report so you never miss another blockbuster update. Lakers Nation, the story is unfolding, and the best chapters are yet to be written. Stay locked in, because the purple and gold legacy isn't just surviving, it's about to reignite, dominate, and remind the world why we are, and always will be, let's ride.